When I was younger, I used to play a game with my grandparents, and that's this game. It's Dominoes, and personally, I absolutely love Dominoes, and I found this tiny little domino game together with the jewelry box that I made a video with a few days ago. I thought it was really cute. It was in the jewelry box. When I opened it, I found this tiny little Dominoes game, and there was also a keychain in it, themed. Like the theme was dogs, which is really cool because I have a dog. So I discovered that these make really nice sounds. I did a video with these in the past, but then with bigger domino stones. And because I enjoy it so much, I thought that maybe some of you might enjoy this as well. I'm wearing a nail polish which I received from one of my viewers. It's mint green. My nails are uneven because I've been doing a lot of cleaning, and if I do cleaning, most of the time my nails break. So I'm sorry for the people who don't like that. But I would like to make some sounds with this first, while they're still in the package, because I think it sounds pretty nice. It comes in a plastic box. Tiny little plastic box, and the lid is the little pieces of tape on both sides keep the lid on top of this tiny little plastic container. I used to play this game for hours and hours. I couldn't get enough of it because it's such a fun game, in my opinion. Let me see if I can take off this tape on both sides. Or maybe just on one side so that it stays together. So it comes with a tiny little instruction. Which I can read to you. It says, double 6 dominoes for 2 to 4 players. Instructions. Many games may be played with a set of dominoes. This is a variation. Before playing, all dominoes are turned face down and mixed. Each player draws 5 dominoes and stands them on the edge in front of him so that his opponents cannot see his dominoes' faces. The remaining dominoes become the draw pile. Play moves to the left. Each domino is divided into 2 parts or ends. Each domino is divided into 2 parts or ends, each containing a set of spots. A double domino contains matching ends. and the player who draws the highest double dominoes or domino places it in the center of the table to begin the game. If no double was drawn, all dominoes are returned to the draw pile, reshuffled and redrawn. The second player then tries to match one of his dominoes to one end or side of the double. For example, if the first domino has been played is double 4, the second player may add any one of his dominoes containing 4 spots on one end. The next player may play to the double 4, or he may try to match the end of the second domino being played. Blanks match other blanks. Only one domino may be played at each turn, and dominoes are placed lengthwise rather at right angles, except in the case of a double as shown, at any open end on a row. He must draw from the extra dominoes until he is able to do so. If he draws the last domino and still not be able to play, he passes and then tries again on his next turn. A player must play a domino if he is able to do so. Doubles are always placed crosswise to the end they match, Herbie giving 2 new directions in which to place dominoes. Play continues until one player has used all of his dominoes, or until until no one can play. If no further plays can be made and all dominoes have been drawn, the player with no dominoes or with the least number of spots on his remaining dominoes wins the round. He subtracts the total of his points from the total of his opponent's points and scores the balance of points from each. Rounds continue until one player scores 100 points. The game is won by the first person who scores 100 points. Players who match ends of dominoes may play to any end to any side of a double. And then it says, warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years, and it's made in China. And then it has a tiny little picture on it. Let me just put that over there. So here it is. I'm going to take it out carefully. They're super tiny. I've never seen dominoes that are this small. Let me see if I can take them out like this. I thought it was a nice day to make this video because for some reason I always get in like a gaming mood when the weather is pretty gray outside. It looks like it's going to rain. I don't know if it will, but I don't know. When it's gray outside and a little bit rainy, I'm always in the mood to play games and I don't know, to just have fun and just relax. So I really like these. They're so cute. Super tiny. Okay, and then there are 2 that are still stuck in here. Let me see if I can. I really wonder why the person who put the jewelry box downstairs wanted to get rid of this as well. Because it's so tiny, you can just bring it in your purse. If you're bored, you can play it at any time. You might actually be able to hear the wind because I'm sitting right next to the window. The window is over there. Okay, so let me shuffle these a little. That's always one of my favorite parts, to shuffle the dominoes. Obviously they're supposed to be facing down, but since I don't have anyone to play with right now, I'm just going to enjoy myself with this adorable, cute little domino set. Let me put this aside. Maybe the reflection is a little bit disturbing. Those make such nice sounds. So let me put all of these dominoes on this side. So that I can match the spots or the dots. I don't think it will fit because there are too many of them. Okay, so I have 3 left over here. Just let me put these above the other ones like that. Okay. So let's have a look. I would like to start with this one. The one that's entirely blank. And this one. And with my grandparents, we always made up the rules. We never really played by the rules. I think that was also probably because I was still so young. Oh, I need a 5 like that. And now I need a 4. I want to go that way. When I used to play this game a lot, I would always make it straight till perfection. When I was a little kid, I always liked it when everything was perfect. And for some reason, I kind of grew out of that. It's like I don't really care anymore because I guess I don't get any value exchange from it anymore. I remember that when I was younger, it would always used to give me some sort of satisfaction that everything was nicely organized. For example, when I would go to bed, I would walk up to my shelf first, my bookshelf, and I would make sure that everything was straight. It wasn't that I couldn't sleep if I wouldn't do it, but it always created like some sort of peaceful mind setting, just peaceful state of mind, if you know what I mean. Maybe some of you might have no idea what I'm talking about. That's okay. We're all different, right? That's what I like so much. That everyone is different. Because that's what makes this world unique. Okay, so a 5. This is a double one. I can put that over there. And it's another 5. Just put it up. And a 2. This one. No, let me put that over here. And another blank spot, which needs to connect to a 1. 1, this one. Move that way. I always liked it to create like different kinds of shapes as well. That it looks, I don't know, I guess dynamic. And that's a 6, and I have a 1 over there. So let me take, no, I'm going to do this one. Horizontal again. And then this one can go that way. And then I need a 2. I still have quite a lot of 2s. Maybe I'll put it like this. And then a 2 pointing that way. And this other 2 pointing that way. And then I need a 3. And 6. Let me take this one. Okay, so that's a 4. And then I have, I have this one, which I can put over there, which matches. And then I have 2 left. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle them again. Such a nice sound. I said this in one of my videos a long time ago, but it just came to mind again. Like, do you know that feeling when you put your hands in something really soft but yet it has texture, like bird food, for example, or like tiny little seeds? If you put your hands in there, don't you have like a big bag and you put your hand in there like this? It feels like a massage for your hands. For some reason, this reminds me of that because I like how it feels when you like touch them really lightly. also sand. Sand also feels nice, except for when you have long nails. Doesn't feel so pleasant. But sand always feels, at least for me, it feels really nice. And rice does the same thing as well. Okay, so let me see. Let me collect all the doubles. So we start with the blank, and then with 1 and 2. Let's have a look if we can find, oh, here it is, number 3. Number 4. I found number 5 and 6, but where is number 4? Oh, there it is. 4, 5, 6. You can see that the game is not made entirely proper because the lines are not exactly in the middle, as you can see. Okay, so what shall I do now? I'm going to collect all the ones with 1 blank spot and see how far we can go. 2, 3. Is there a 3? Oh, here it is. There is a 3 with a blank spot. 4, 4. 5. Oh, yeah. I already saw that one, but I forgot about it. 5. And then 6. Okay, awesome. So now what? Now I'm going to do the ones that have just 1 spot. 1 dot, let me show you. These ones that have 1 dot and then another number at that end. So I already used 1 and 1, which is there. So I have to start with 1 and 2. 1 and 3. Okay, so we have a few stones left. So we're going to start with the 3 on one end and another number on the other hand. So we start with 3 and 4, and then 3 and 5, and then 3 and 6. You just move this down now. Now we have 3 left, and that is the ones with a 4, which is 4 and 4 and 5, and 4 and 6. And then there is 1 left, which is this one, 5 and 6. A little tower of domino stones. Actually looks quite nice. At least I think so. Okay, so I'm going to put them back in the box, I think. But first I'm going to shuffle them again a bit. I'm going to turn them around just because I can. They're all brown, look like little chocolates. The sky at the moment looks absolutely amazing. Maybe I'll show you a snapshot of the sky after this video without sound. Unfortunately, a lot of people ask me if I can film the view from the balcony, but unfortunately I'm not able to do that because if I do, people know where I live, and in general I'm not a person that keeps a lot of things private, but my location where I live is definitely one of those things that I would like to keep private, except for good friends. Good friends that I know in person, because I have a lot of good friends as well on the internet. Many of you are good friends of mine. But it's okay that you want to keep certain things private. Okay, so I think, if I'm not mistaken, there were 4. Yeah, I think there were 4 on like the rows of 4. So I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to stack them up really carefully, and then I'm going to put them back in the little plastic box. And the reason why I do it like this is because I know that my microphone is very sensitive, and if it falls into the plastic container, it might make harsh sounds, which I do not want. Just stack them up really carefully. I always start to shake when I have to do something like this, for some reason. Like that. I still cannot believe how tiny this little domino game is. I really like them. I'm definitely going to use them. Because it's so easy to bring with you. Because it's so tiny. Barely any weight. So hey, if I can bring a purse with me, I can bring this game with me. And maybe one day if I run into someone on the street that recognizes me, we can play a game. It happened a few times that I run into, or that people run into me rather, because they know my face, because they watch my videos. Unfortunately, I do not know all of your faces. And most of the time, which is very unfortunate, is that people send me a message afterwards saying like, hey, were you in the TTC at that time? Because I think I saw you. And they were always right that I was at that certain location. But sometimes they're just too scared to approach me because they're not sure if it's me or they don't know how to approach me. little domino box. So I'll put the links in the description box of the other videos where I play with dominoes. I know that I have one video where I play with dominoes and cards, and I have another video, I think, with dominoes, but I'm not sure. So I'll have to check that. But you'll be able to find the link in the description box of the first video I ever made with dominoes. I have to warn you though, because the old dominoes video was filmed with just my old camera, so the sound quality might not be as good as the videos that you're used to nowadays. So I'll show you a snapshot of the beautiful clouds outside. And thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. Like, I've reached 127,000 subscribers, which is amazing. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all your love and support. I really appreciate it. And I hope that you'll have a good sleep. Or if you are going to have a relaxing, or I hope that you're going to have a relaxing time. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.